President Bola Tinubu has issued one of his strongest warnings yet to bandits, kidnappers, and sponsors of terrorism, declaring that those who continue to threaten Nigeria's peace and security will face the full force of the law. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, the Ebola outbreak in the Northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo is spreading into new areas, the World Health Organization warned Friday. Much more needs to be done to get on top of the virus, the WHO said, with isolation bed capacity far below the anticipated need based on how it is spreading. Since the outbreak was declared on May 15th, where there have been 676 confirmed Ebola cases, including 136 deaths in the DRC. According to the latest figure from the WHO, there are a further 119 suspected cases, while 32 patients have recovered. No approved vaccines or treatment exist for the rare Bundibuyugo species of the virus responsible for the current outbreak, which is centered on Ituri province, with cases also detected in North Kivu and South Kivu provinces. At number 9, the United States begin their World Cup challenge on Friday, taking on a savvy Paraguay side in a high-stakes match in Los Angeles. The World Cup co-hosts know they must avoid a banana skin at the futuristic SoFi Stadium in the first World Cup finals game on U.S. soil for 32 years. U.S. head coach Mauricio Pochettino says he expects his team to do much more than simply progress from Group D. A talented crop of U.S. players led by Christian Pulisic need to prove themselves against the world's best while dealing with the pressures of playing in front of their own fans. At number 8, the Edo State government has directed schools that were temporarily shut down due to security concerns to reopen on Monday, June 15, 2026. The directive was contained in a circular issued by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Otamere, on Thursday. Governor Monday Okpebolo had on Tuesday instructed the temporary closure of 3 schools, Ososo Grammar School, Ososo Comprehensive High School, and Makeke Secondary School in Akoko, Edo in Edo North, following an alert raised by the Department of State Security on the plan by Bandits to attack some schools in the state. At number 7, National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Anyanwu, has said that the PDP was wooing back several of its lawmakers and members who left the party as a result of the leadership crisis that rocked the party. Senator Anyanwu, however, said that the decision of the Supreme Court on the leadership crisis in the party has brought to an end all litigations, adding that the party is now one and growing stronger and was ready to spring major surprises in the 2027 general elections. Speaking at a reception for the national chairman of the party by the youth wing of the party, Anyanwu said, "We are going to have many senators. In fact, some of the senators who jumped ship are coming back. We are going to be stronger. We just unveiled our presidential candidates last time who told you God cannot do miracles. We are in a good place." At number 6, the African Democratic Congress has delivered an assessment of the state of the nation, declaring that democracy has failed to improve the lives of ordinary Nigerians in the government of President Bola Tinubu. In an open letter issued by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, to Nigerians to mark Democracy Day, the opposition party said the true test of democracy is not the number of years since military rule ended, but the impact it has on the lives of citizens. The party challenged Nigerians to assess the current state of the country by asking whether they are safer, more prosperous, and more confident in government than they were in the past. At number 5, the Borno state government has reintegrated a total of 720 repentant insurgents who have completed their deradicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration program back into society. The latest batch, described as low risk and minor clients, is part of batch 9 under the state's rehabilitation initiative and was sworn in using the Holy Quran before being released to return to their respective communities across the states. The special advisor on security to Governor Babangana Zulum, Brigadier General Ishaq Abdullahi, disclosed this on Friday at an event held at the Hajj camp in Maiduguri to mark the completion of their rehabilitation process. At number 4, the United Kingdom and Nigeria have launched a £15 million growth program aimed at unlocking private investment, accelerating economic transformation, and supporting Nigeria's transition to sustained reform-driven growth. The initiative was announced during a 2-day visit to Nigeria by Jenny Chapman, who held engagements in Abuja and Kaduna as part of efforts to strengthen the UK to Nigeria strategic partnership. According to a statement issued on Friday by the British High Commission, the UK Minister of Africa Africa and International Development, Baroness Jenny Chapman, has concluded a 2-day visit to Nigeria, during which she announced a new £15 million growth program, deepened cooperation on digital transformation and health, and visited communities benefiting directly from UK investment on the ground. At number 3, the country's clampdown on security is yielding fruit, President Bola Tinubu has said. With several terrorists killed and many others laying down their arms in recent years, Tinubu disclosed these in his June 12th Democracy Day broadcast. In Arege, Borno State, we degraded ISWAP's command center. Terror-related deaths are down by 81% since 2015, he said on Friday. Tinubu admitted that the mood for this year's Democracy Day has been dampened by the abduction of students and teachers in Oyo and Borno. The federal government is committing more resources and manpower to address Nigeria's security needs. At number 2, the Independent National Electoral Commission has announced the extension of the collection of permanent voter cards to June 14th, urging eligible voters to take advantage of the opportunity and participate in the democratic process. INEC Chairman George Amupitan made the announcement on Thursday during a stakeholders meeting held in Ado-Ekiti as part of preparations for the forthcoming election. The INEC chairman assured residents and political stakeholders that the commission was fully prepared to conduct a free, fair, credible, and transparent election across the states. At number 1, President Bola Tinubu has issued one of his strongest warnings yet to bandits, kidnappers, and sponsors of terrorism, declaring that those who continue to threaten Nigeria's peace and security will face the full force of the law. In a hard-hitting nationwide Democracy Day broadcast message on Friday aimed at criminal elements across the country, the president said the window for surrender and repentance would not remain open indefinitely to bandits, kidnappers, and sponsors of terror. Surrender or face the full force of the Nigerian state, Tinubu said. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.